Spark, HBase, Hive, Kafka, Linux and Unix shell scripting, databases, relational and non-relational, and then this is a MongoDB, Taboola, Power BI, and MS Excel. So what a huge list of proficiencies Sir has. So his Sir completed his graduation and post-graduation from University of Pune in computer engineering and possess more than 11 years of experience, including IT experience and teaching academics. So he was also in academics and more on training experience. He has worked for Capgemini India Private Limited for 4 years and worked for clients like Barclays and Spaki Bank. He successfully trained more than, my God, 2,500 participants for languages, technologies in artificial intelligence, data science, generative AI, machine learning, deep learning, NLP, computer vision, Python, R, the SQL, MQSQL, Power BI, big data, Hadoop, Hive, HBase, and Linux shell scripting. He has also guided many students and professionals by conducting hands-on training with real-time projects as uh, per the need. He is an Oracle 10G certified administrator also and Microsoft certified Python developer. He has a very nice experience of conducting online and offline hands-on training for the participant, India as well as for abroad, outside India, which includes locations like Muscat, Oman, California, US, and so many. As a professional, he also runs a startup company named as Bharat Software Solution in Pune, which deals with development and training services with a team size of 32 members, which include full-time professionals as well as interns. At Bharat Software Solutions, many fresher students have got opportunity to work as intern and get real-time experience. He has conducted hands-on training for various clients, which include IT companies, and real estate firms, pharmaceutical organization, healthcare firms, universities, institutes, colleges, and so many organizations, reputed organizations. Currently training a batch of 32 professionals from Saudi Aramco, Accenture, and Wipro for data analysis, data science, and machine learning with Python, R language, AI Cobra, and Saudi Arabia. So it is a very massive kind of a proficiency and CV. May I request Yogesh Vrumkar sir to take on a charge and start delivering his wonderful session.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. First of all, thank you, sir. Thank you for the introduction, Dr. Milind Kulkarni, sir.
Yes, thank you,
Um,
sir.
yeah. So, good evening, everyone. As sir has already cited about the idea of the topic which we are going to discuss, I think we already have less time. So, what I'll be doing is, from my end, I'll try to show you the things as hands-on as possible. Okay, and yes, again, whatever I'll be showing you here, everyone, I'll be sharing each and everything with you. And by chance, if someone is interested to go and explore furthermore, fine. That also, I'll be trying to provide the things written for that one as well. Okay. So basically, everyone, my topic is going to be this one. Okay, data pre-processing, feature engineering, and visualization. Now, it might happen that many of you might have used something like this. Okay, it might be possible, because nowadays something like data analytics, data science, machine learning, or even like in the previous session, I think you people were talking about generative AI as well. So these things have become very common now, right? Obviously, many of you must have come across these kind of things somewhere or the other. But from my end, I'll be starting with the basic things initially, and then everyone I'll be showing you some simple use cases. And based on that, then we'll try to see the questions. Okay, at the end, I'll show you some questions as well. So be there till the end. In between, if you have any question, yeah, you can go. You can just put the questions in the chat box. I'll be having a look at the chat box as well. Instead of unmuting, if you go and if you put your questions in the chat box, I think that will save our time. Okay, because we should be able to finish the things within time as well. Fine. Now to start with everyone, as I've told you, I'll be showing you the things step by step. Okay, even though initially it will be basics, but definitely that will help you to connect the dots, okay, for advanced topics as well, so that maybe when I share something with you, the files which I'll be sharing, you can go, you can refer those files, and maybe you yourself can explore accordingly. Okay, so I think most of the participants are from mechanical domain even. So what I'll be doing is I'll be using the data set related to that domain. Okay, and as I've told you already, I can see like most of you are already experienced participants even. So yes, it might be possible that many of you might have come across those things already, but have some patience. One by one we'll go, we'll try to see the things. Okay, uh, so you see everyone, this is the problem statement which is there, because I'll be focusing on data pre-processing, feature engineering, and data visualization. Okay, so see, this is a simple problem statement everyone, right? This is a simple problem statement which is there. This is what we'll be solving. So at least have a look at it, and then I'll show the data set as well. It's a very simple data set, but definitely it will help you understand problems which will come across in real time. Okay. Now that is another perspective everyone, that okay fine, we have tools and we have generative AI and we have agentic AI and a lot of other things. Automation is also going everyone. But at the end of the day, all of it all depends on the basics. Basic things, basic things are never going to, okay? Basic things are never going to be replaceable. There is no, I'll just a minute, I'll mute them. Okay. So all of you, that's why I'll show you those techniques first. So you see, have a look at this. Let's say a manufacturing plant monitors milling, lathe, and drilling machines using sensors. You can relate this particular example to any other example. Okay. So let's say we have some data and that data is being collected with the help of the sensors. Now that data might be stored in CSV files, maybe Excel files, maybe that data might be stored on some server in some database like MySQL or any other database like MongoDB, Oracle, and so on. The goal here is to prepare a raw sensor data so it can later be used for failure prediction. See everyone, as our topic itself is data pre-processing, feature engineering, and the visualization techniques. So obviously for all this stuff, everyone, for all this stuff, not only this one, even if you talk about machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, generative AI, for all this stuff, everyone, one basic thing is required. And that is nothing but what? Data. That's why I've told you, I'll be starting with this very basic thing, everyone, data. I know that data is something which everyone knows. Okay. But obviously without data, nothing is possible. So what we'll be doing is we'll try to get the data from some file. Okay, which I'll show it to you. But see everyone, whatever the data which we'll be getting, that is data, it's not information. So obviously there is a difference between these terminologies, everyone. Data and information. I hope everyone is aware about it. Let's say suppose if I ask you a simple question, what is data? Maybe if someone says that data is information, that is not wrong, that is right. But to be more precise, everyone, there's a difference between these two. Try to understand, data is just a raw material. Data is something which we get from the client side. Information is what, everyone? Information is processed data. So with the help of these techniques, pre-processing techniques, we will also try to get information from the data. In short, that is what we do in case of BI. That is nothing but business intelligence. You heard about AI, right? Now there is AI in BI as well. Definitely. It's a small part of AI only, you can say. Okay. So getting information from the data, everyone, for that will require pre-processing. So what are those techniques? This is what we will see. And I'll just try to come up with the problems as well, right? We'll try to handle those problems in our data. So what challenges are going to be there, everyone? And yeah, one more point. See, why I started with data? Because it is very important. If there is no data, everyone, if there is no data, one can't do anything. even if someone is expert, first of all, I believe that no one can be expert in AI, everyone, because AI is like it's evolving day by day. Every lot of tools are coming day by day, right? Let's say today you see like few days before you see ChatGPT 4.0. After that, now ChatGPT 5 is there. Before that, 3.5 was there. Like this, you talk about any other tool. Let's say if you talk about generative AI, a lot of tools are coming into picture. Everything is under AI only, right? So it's not like that someone is an expert, right? Obviously, you might be having domain knowledge, right? You might be having domain knowledge, but to have that, even you require data. Even if someone is, let's say, PhD or dual PhD, everyone, but if you don't have data, you can't do anything. That's why data is very, very important. So data is just raw material, information is processed data. That's the reason why I started with that basic terminology. Now, the data with which we are going to deal with everyone, in that data we are going to come across some challenges like missing sensors readings, missing data we can come across, noise and vibration spikes can be there which are unwanted, right? In the previous session I heard you people, I think, were told about something like outliers as well. We'll try to see that, how to detect it. Multiple machines can be there, so collecting data from the multiple machines may be sometimes very, very difficult. So what kind of problem can be there, we'll try to see that. Some time dependent data or time series data, we call it as, dealing with that data itself we require few more techniques, and maybe everyone there might be a need to come up with new features, new fields with the help of some formulas, let's say some physics driven relationships and some other techniques. You're already expert in your domain area, so obviously you can relate all this stuff. Okay, now, so we'll try to see this data, manufacturing plant data, everyone, and we'll try to do pre-processing of that. Okay, first of all we'll try to fetch the data, and then we'll go and then we'll try to do the pre-processing, cleaning, transformation. We will try to do feature engineering on that, and then we will try to see the visualization of that. Okay, and then at the end we'll try to see the questions. So I'm not going to show you any PPT. I'll directly try to start with the hands-on example only. If someone wants to go and repeat the things along with me, everyone, definitely you can. What I can do is I'll directly share a Google Drive link with you, everyone, in the chat box. Please have a look at that. If you click on that particular link, everyone, you see I shared the link in the chat box. If you go and if you have a look at it, everyone, you will be able to see the data set. So see, this is the drive link. This is the drive for which I have shared the link with you. You go inside this folder, everyone, and you'll be able to see the data set which I am going to use for this particular session. If I show you data set, everyone, see, I already have downloaded this particular data set in my working directory. Okay, it's a very simple data set. It's not complicated data set, everyone, but yes, one thing is for sure that this is going to help you understand the concepts properly and even explore as well. After this session, definitely, if someone is really interested to go and to explore the things, everyone, you will be able to find out. Okay, so you see, all of you, this is a very simple data from some manufacturing plant, and the data was generated by sensors, collected by sensors, and it is basically in the CSV format. CSV, everyone understands, right? Comma separated values. Now many of you might be already knowing about it, even, or maybe some of you might not be knowing about it, that we always come across CSV files, right? Most of the times we come across CSV files or Excel files. So even though we have databases, at least you must have heard about databases like MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB, and so on, PostgreSQL. Database tools are also there. But again, then why most of the times we come across files only, everyone? A simple reason is it has been seen that accessing the data from the files is faster as compared to accessing the data from the database tools. It's a very common reason. Okay, try to understand that. Now, in this data which is collected from the sensors driven, we have timestamp. I think everyone understands timestamp. You have date, you have minutes, hours, minutes, second, microsecond, everything. Then you have machine ID, right? From which machine that particular data is coming, right? Drill machine, mill machine, and so on. Then temperature in degree Celsius. So I haven't basically truncated these values. Whatever the data which I got, I actually kept that data as it is. Okay. Then again we have values for vibrations, pressure bar, RPM, torque, tool wear, and finally everyone we have one column that is failure or not. So let us say, everyone, one means failure, and 0 means no failure. Okay, this kind of a column is called as what, all of you? This kind of a column or a field is called as what? Categorical column. Okay, I hope you understand categorical column, right? So this is a categorical column, right? All these remaining columns, even whatever we have, these are like numerical columns. Some are continuous and some are discrete values. Okay, I hope you understand the meaning of that stuff. Now what I will do is, this data I have already shared with you. Okay, now what I can do here is I can go to my again, you can use Google Colab, you can use Jupyter Notebook, everyone. So I'll be going with Jupyter Notebook in my case. So if you see, everyone, I'll try to fire a command pwd present working directory. So in this directory, everyone, I already have this particular file. Okay, I think everyone knows. Whenever we want to go, whenever we want to load the data, the file should be in the same directory, or otherwise you'll have to go and you will have to do what? You will have to go and you will have to basically make sure that you need to give the entire path. Okay, that is how, everyone, we generally make sure that the data should be loaded. So what I will do, everyone, is I'll just try to import some packages. Okay, import numpy. Okay, initial things that, everyone, I'll just try to show you all the necessary imports. I'll just try to import pandas as well. Numpy is for what, everyone? Numpy is basically for arrays, converting your data into arrays. Pandas is basically used for getting the data from different data sources, CSV file, Excel file, and maybe some from URL if you want to get the data. So for that purpose, we can actually use. Pandas can actually represent your data in the form of a data frame. And data frame in short is what? Data frame is basically table. Okay. Other than that, even what will require certain package for visualization as well. So what I will do is I'll try to import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. This is for what, even? This is for visualization. Okay. And then finally, I'll import one more package even for visualization, that is Seaborn. Okay. That is nothing but Seaborn. So as all these packages, they are already present in Anaconda's Python, and I am using Anaconda's Python in my case again. I am using Anaconda's Python in my case. So what will happen is, it will go and it will load all the data set along with that, all the packages. Along with that, even what will require is, as I'm going to work on pre-processing techniques, so everyone see, all the pre-processing techniques are basically present in sklearn. So this sklearn package is also by default present even. That's the reason why am I using something like Jupyter Notebook, Anaconda's Jupyter Notebook, because it will suggest me. I press tab button, everyone. I press tab button and you can see it is suggesting me. From sklearn.preprocessing, everyone, I am going to import something called as standard scaler. See, I am simply pressing tab button and I am able to get everything. Just check it out, everyone. I am sending it in the chat box as well. By chance, if someone is trying to follow me, you just go and paste this particular things. I will do shift enter and I'll try to import everything. In my case, maybe you might see some warning because my pandas version is somewhat older version even. Otherwise, everything is work. Okay, fine. That is also not there anyway. Fine. So I'm able to load, or I'm able to import all the packages. This is for converting your data into arrays. This is for loading the data from the CSV Excel file. This is for visualization, these two packages. And everyone, this is for sklearn is for machine learning, pre-processing, feature engineering, and so on. Standard scaler is what, everyone? Standard scaler is basically a technique which can be used to standardize your data. What is the meaning of standardization, everyone? In a very layman way, if I want to tell you, everyone, standardization is something like this. Let's say if I have a data where one column is having very high values and another column is having very low values. Some other column is having again very high values, low values, low values, low values. So if I go and if I try to use this kind of a data for data analysis, data visualization, and then if I go and if I try to use this kind of a data for model training as well, even in machine learning or in AI in general, what will happen is I'll be able to train the model. Definitely, I'll be able to train the model, but everyone, that model can be biased model. That means it will give importance to specific features only, specific inputs only. We do not want that to happen, everyone. And that is why what we do is we apply something called as standard scaler. Standard scaler, in short, what it is going to do, everyone, is it is going to standardize your data. That means it is going to make sure that all your data should be at the same level. That means equal importance should be given to each and every input feature. Okay, so that is nothing but that is what is going to be done by standard scaler. Or in other ways, what I can tell you is it will go and it will try to find out, let's say, square root of every row again and again, or log of every row again and again, so that the difference between these values is very less. Okay, so That's how everyone we will also be making use of this. Now, next, what I will do everyone is I will simply go and I will simply load that particular data. One more thing, what I will make sure is the figures, the diagrams, the visualizations which I'll be showing you to everyone, they should be plotted properly. Okay, so for that, I just try to make a simple setting everyone with the help of this SNS. SNS is nothing but what? SNS is nothing but Seaborn package. So in SNS, everyone, we have a method called as set underscore context. See, again, I am pressing tab button. And here I will tell it that, okay, I am going to make use of something called as notebook. Going and making something like this, everyone, going and making something like this everyone is always good because the visualizations which we'll be getting, those will be proper. And one more setting, okay, PLT is matplotlib everyone, and I can go, I can use something called as RC parameters. So here what you can do is you can actually set a parameter called as figure size. So see how to do that everyone, how to do that. Figure size is what you need to do. So if I go here, if I try to do figure size, and then you just need to give the width and the height. Okay, always make it a practice to have something like this, to have a setting like this, and I can go and I can pass a tuple everyone. Let's say width and the height. So whatever the diagrams which I'll be getting everyone, whatever the figures which I'll be getting, I'm just making sure that those should be having the same height and the width, and it should be properly aligned in my notebook. That's the only thing. It's not necessary. And yes, now I will go and then I will go and I will try to load the data. So let's say df, I'll just do the name as data frame pandas dot, it's a CSV file even, so I'll be using this, and the name of my file even is this one. You see the mechanical underscore predictive maintenance, something like this, right? So that is what I am going to do. I don't have to type everything. So you see here, if I am already in the same directory, if I am already in the same directory where that particular file is, so I should be able to get the name me, and you see I press tab button, you see it has basically given me the name. Just go here and you see everyone, it is going to load that particular data. And now what I will try to start with is pre-processing. Pre-processing is nothing but what everyone, in short, cleaning. Okay, it is nothing but cleaning. I'll tell you about some advanced techniques as well. Okay, data cleaning, data pre-processing. So fine, I have data. Now how to check how many number of records are there, how many number of columns are there? We have a method even called as shape. Shape is going to tell me how many number of rows are there in my data and how many number of columns are there. Okay, so this is nothing but number of rows records, and this is nothing but number of columns or the features. We are not going to develop any model. If someone is interested to go and to develop the model, I'll try to show you the references even. I already developed the models as well for this kind of use cases. Definitely you can go, you can have a look at it here as well. I already did it here. Later on I'll be showing it to you, right? That's why I said that if by chance someone is aware about these simple techniques, have some patience. One by one we'll try to talk about those things as well. Okay, but yes, first of all, going and getting the idea about the data is very necessary. So you see everyone, I came to know that there are 600 records in this particular file, and how many number of columns are there? So we have total 9 number of features or the columns. Okay, now if I want to have a look at the data everyone, I can have the look at the entire data, or maybe you might be doing head and tail. Let's say I want to have a look at first 3 records, right? So you see all of you, that data we are able to load it here, right? Timestamp, machine ID and everything. And if you want to have a look at last few records, let's say last 5 records, by default it is going to show you everyone, right? You see. And what is that df? Df is just a variable we have used, and this is nothing but what, the type of this is nothing but what everyone, it's a data frame. Data frame in short is what? It's a table. In a very simple language, data frame is a table. Okay, so with the help of pandas package we are able to get the data. But there's a problem in the data everyone. What are those problems? How to detect those problems? Let's try to see that. I mentioned at the start, right? There are going to be certain challenges because we want to see the challenges. These are very common challenges even which you will also come across in any kind of a data, right? So let me see, let me go, let me try to get some more idea about this particular data, and with the help of that we'll try to see df dot. If I go and if I try to do info, right, this will tell me basic information about my data set. 600 number of entries are there everyone, right? You can check it out. And the number of indexes, you see I'm able to see the indexes here 0 to 599. And everyone, do you see it is telling me the names of all the columns? Along with that, it is telling me non-null count. That means how many non-null values are there. I think everyone understands null. Null means what? Null means missing value. Null means nothing. Null means empty. Null is not zero. Null is not zero. For example, everyone, if you are really getting my point, let's see if I ask you a question. Can anyone tell me, all of you, what is the result of this null? Actually, in databases, we denote it as null. In Python, we denote it as NA or NaN in our language, or empty or nothing. But everyone, the meaning is same. Null means nothing. So if I ask you, let's say null plus 200, those who are listening me, everyone, what will be your answer of you? If I ask you null plus 200 is what? A very basic question, but it's very, very important even, because null values can cause lot of problems in the real time. Can anyone tell me, those who are there and listening me, what is the result of this one even? If you are really getting my point, null plus 200 or null plus 500, let's say, whatever it is. Null plus 200 is what? Anyone? What is the result of this? In general, forget about Python, forget about anything. No, Satish sir. That is what I want to tell you. Null plus 200 is not 200. If someone else also is thought about the same thing, no, that is not the case even. What I've told you is null means nothing. Do you know how much big nothing is? We don't know. Null is not zero. Zero is different. Null is different. So everyone, null plus 200 is null. Always remember, any arithmetic operation with null always results into null. It's a basic rule. Whenever I say arithmetic operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all those basic things, everyone. Okay, all those basic arithmetic operations. Any arithmetic operation with null always results into null. Let me give you a very simple example, everyone, what kind of a problem one can have in real time because of null values, so that you will understand why it is very, very important to talk about the null values. Yes, someone from Oppo, right? Yes, that is right, null. So you see everyone, I think everyone understands basics of machine learning at least. At least what is the model, how, like, what is the meaning of training the model and all that stuff, right? So everyone see, let's say we want to train the model which is going to predict the salary of the person of some organization, university, college, something like that. Based on based on how many years of experience that person has, okay? Maybe based on, let's say, suppose how many marks he has scored in some exam or a written test, let's say, okay? And or instead of this example, I think the relevant example even will be something like this. See, let's say you talk about any organization. We have their employee details: employee A, employee B, employee C, employee D, and so on. Let's say like this, we have 1000 employees data. Okay, now what we have is we have their basic salary. Okay, and everyone, generally in the companies, what happens is, if someone is going to work extra, right, over time, they will get some commission as well, right? And based on that, then they will have their total salary at the end of the month, let's say, right? Total salary, let's say, instead of going and predicting something, let's say we have this particular data, just to show you why null is very, very important. Now, basic salary of some person, let's say, is even 85,000. Okay. Some another person is, let's say, 1 lakh. Some another person is, let's say, 1.2 lakh. Some another person, let's say, is 50,000, and so on. Now, this person who's having 85,000, he work extra, so he got 10,000 extra commission. The person who's having 1 lakh salary, everyone, he did not work extra because there was no requirement. If there is no requirement, why the employee will go and why he or she is going to work extra? No need, right? So in his case, even his commission is going to be what? Null, nothing, empty, right? And let's say this person work extra and this person also did not work extra. So everyone, like this, what will happen is, when the system or the computer or the application is going to calculate the salary, total salary of those people, those employees at the end of the month, what will happen is this person will get 95,000 because 85 plus 10k. How much this person will get now? Even can anyone tell me fast? His salary is 1 lakh. He did not work extra because there was no requirement. So how much salary he will get even as per our discussion? So that I will come to know that, okay, people are there and listening me. Yes, exactly right, everyone. He will be getting nothing. He will be getting nothing. Are you getting my point? Because I told you any arithmetic operation with null always results into null. So people are working, but they are not getting salary. Very big issue, right? Employees will go on strike. So that's why everyone, there are different techniques to handle these kind of null values. Not only in Python. Python is just a tool, everyone. I am also using Python, but it's not like that. It's only about Python. No, even you talk about Excel, you talk about some drag and drop tools. Those who are not, let's say, much comfortable with any programming language, no problem. You go with drag and drop tools like Power BI, Tableau. You go with R language as well, and a lot of other tools also, everyone. Right? But the concept of null is not going to change. So maybe sometimes you need to replace this with default commission in this case, or maybe replace with 0, right? It depends with what value you are going to replace the null value. It depends on that particular data set, problem statement, and the domain. So here I am just trying to tell you everyone what kind of a problem can be there. We will not be able to visualize data, we will not be able to analyze data, and even everyone will not be able to use this kind of a data to train the model. Model will be trained, but that model will not have much accuracy. Try to understand, it can be overfitted or underfitted. Even overfitted model is a model which will give you very good accuracy at the time of training, but at the time of testing in real time, everyone, it will give very bad accuracy, and we do not want that to happen. And that is why everyone, handling this kind of a thing is very important. That is why I am just trying to tell you with one of the tools, that is Python, how to handle null values. Okay, but the concept is going to remain same, everyone. Even in, maybe by chance if you go with some other tool, concept is not going to change. Okay, fine. So here everyone, I came to know that timestamp is having 600 number of records. That is total number of records whatever we were having, right? We already checked total number of records. So it means timestamp is not having any null value. Machine ID, no null value. Temperature, everyone, how many null values are there? 30. Vibration, 30. So these are the columns, everyone. Here itself I came to know that these are the columns: temperature, vibration, pressure, RPM, torque. These are the features columns fields where we have missing values, null values. Okay. Can anyone tell me fast? Like here you can see this failure column is having integer data type. This is having float. Can anyone tell me fast what is the meaning of object? If the data type is object, see, going and running Python code is not a big deal, anyone. Anyone can do that. Okay, anyone can do that. Or even you can get the examples as well. But the thing is that, are you really able to interpret it? That is what is important. Okay. So Ashwini madam is saying it's a categorical data. Yes. Categorical data means what, madam? Python, if you are aware about. So the Python treats it as what type of data? What will be the type basically? The data type. Python has certain data types, right? So categorical data, or what you can say, what we use for that in Python, there is integer, there is float, there is boolean, there are complex numbers in Python, and what? And what? Categorical data. Fine, you are right. You are right. Yes, Devendra sir, right. String. So always remember, even whenever you are able to see data type as object, it means it is string. Okay, and I think you know very well, everyone. I think you people are already aware about the basic operations on the string as well, right? Let's say all of you, if I have a is equal to, if I have a is equal to 45, if I have b is equal to, let's say, 50, right? So, and if I c is equal to a plus b, I think everyone knows what will be the result of c. What will be the result of c, again? Concatenation 4550. No arithmetic addition, because the data type is str. Okay, I know it's a very basic thing, everyone, but it's very important. Okay, fine. So why am I trying to tell you this one, everyone, is because whenever we talk about data cleaning, data pre-processing, data transformation, so going and changing the type, see, machine ID having object type is fine, temperature having float is fine, but sometimes what happens is some columns which should be numerical, even sometimes you will see that their data type is going to be string, which will totally change the meaning of the data. So we'll have to take care about the data types as well. Okay, and that's why what we do here is we try to convert the data type of specific columns to the required data type. We call it as typecasting. So typecasting, everyone, converting from one data type to another, is an example of data transformation. Let's say sometimes you will be having date type of data, but the format is not correct. So you will change the type. You will change the type, right? That's also an example of transformation, anyway. That's also an example of transformation. Okay, so let's try to move forward everyone. We got the idea that okay, these are the columns where we have missing values. We will be handling those missing values. Now how to handle the missing values even? Many times I have seen people, what they do is they go and they directly replace the missing value with mean of that column. Now is it the only one way? Absolutely not. Handling the missing values even, it's not that you're always going to replace it with mean, that is average. It depends on what type of data you have. It depends on in which domain you are working. It depends on whether there are outliers in your data or not. I hope everyone knows about the measures of central tendency, mean, mode, median, standard deviation, variance, measures of variability, right? So everyone, whether to go with mean, when to go with mean, when to go with median, I think everyone is already aware about it. Whenever you have outliers in your data and you have missing values in that data, go with the median, because you know mean is affected by outliers. Outliers are nothing but what? Extreme values, right? I think everyone knows. Let's say by chance if someone doesn't know, very simple example. Let's say I have some employees working in my company. Salary of the first employee is let's say 85K. Salary of the next employee is let's say 95K. Salary of the next employee 1 lakh, right? And so on and so on. Let's say everyone, there's an employee named as Bill Gates working in my company. Just assume that. So his salary is going to be something like this or maybe more than that, right? And now if I ask you to find out the average or the mean of the salary, this value is going to drastically affect the average salary. This value is called as outlier, extreme value. So mean is affected by outlier, median is not. So in that kind of case, maybe if we have missing values in this kind of column or even, we can replace those missing values with median. Definitely, we can remove outliers as well, but still some outliers might remain in our data. They might remain in our data, everyone. We use quantile or percentile, okay? But still, there might be some outliers remaining in our data always. So we go with the median in that case to replace the missing value. Try to understand. I'll be showing you replacing with mean and median, but try to understand how we make that decision, everyone. It depends on your domain knowledge. Let's say you have a really good knowledge about automobile or mechanical, right? So you use your knowledge, everyone. At the end of the day, it's all about domain knowledge only. It's Python is just a tool, everyone, or AI is just a tool. Nothing else other than that. It's just a tool, everyone. Okay. So try to. So I myself is a from computer background, but even I am telling you, these are just tools, even. Nowadays, you go, you search, you'll get everything on the internet. Domain knowledge is something which is very, very important. Without domain knowledge, obviously, nothing is going to happen. Okay, fine. So we have this data, everyone. And one more thing, what I can do is if I just try to describe here also, I'll be able to get an idea about the missing values. You see, everyone, these are the columns, right? These are the columns in my case which are having missing values 570, 570, because total number of records are how many? 600. So 30 missing values are there. And one more point, even which I want to tell you here, I hope you understand the meaning of this. 25 percentile, 50 percentile, 75 percentile. It is not percentage, okay? It is percentile. So 25 percentile means quartile 1, 50 percentile means quartile 2, or what? Everyone, median. And 75 percentile is nothing but quartile 3. Okay, and minimum is nothing but basically like 0 percentile. Okay, 0 percentile, and this is 100 percentile. So everyone, see, I've told you, going and running some code and getting the output, it's not a big deal. Interpretation is very, very important. Now you see, what can you interpret on this particular output? You might be knowing, everyone, you might be knowing something called as data distribution. Okay, something called as a data distribution. Ideally, whenever we talk about training machine learning models, ideally, everyone, the data distribution should be like this, right? Symmetrical distribution. Everyone must have learned in mathematics, right? Symmetrical distribution, right? Normalized data. That means mean equal to mode equal to median. Or if I say standard normal distribution, then mean is 0 and standard deviation 1. I hope everyone understand that meaning. So here itself, everyone, you will come to know what type of a distribution your data is having. How? See, everyone, this median, let's say I want to check out for pressure column. So everyone understand, if this median is nearer to minimum value, then your data is left skewed. Left skewed is going to look like this. Okay, or negatively skewed. Left or negatively skewed. Or when this median is nearer to maximum value, your data is rightly skewed data. We call it as what? Left tail, and this is called as right tail. Right skewed or left skewed. Positively skewed, negatively skewed, respectively. But what we want for machine learning training, everyone, data should be normalized, symmetrical. Okay. So that idea here itself will be able to understand. So you can check out 155 is nearer to 103 or 155 is nearer to 204. It looks like more or less same. That means almost it is symmetrical. Before going and plotting the visualization itself, even you will come to know here if you know the basic maths, right? So that's why interpretation is very, very important. We have something called as box plot as well. Definitely we can go and we can do these kind of thing with the help of box plot as well. Okay. So try to understand even here the columns like timestamp is nothing but what? It is sensor reading time. Timestamp is nothing but what? Sensor reading time. Machine ID is machine type. Temperature, it is bearing temperature we can say. Vibration is RMS vibration, right? Pressure is hydraulic pressure. RPM is rotational speed. Torque is applied torque, right? Tool VRMM is tool degradation we call it as. And failure I told you 1 means failure and 0 means normal. 0 means normal. Now what I can do even is maybe even I have some other ways as well definitely to go and to check out the missing values. This is my entire data. I just now told you is null, is NA, one and the same thing. If I check it out even, wherever I'll be getting true, it means there's a missing value. There's a missing value. But what I can do is I can go and I can just try to sum it up. Because you might be knowing, right? True is 1 and false is 0. So here itself even you'll be able to understand these are the columns where we have missing values. And that is why we are going to handle that. Now, next thing is what even as we have missing values in this. So as I've told you, we'll try to replace the missing values with mean, mode, median. There is a method called as fill NA. There is a method called as fill NA. So what I will do is let's say temperature C. Temperature C is a column where we are missing values, right? So what I will do is I will try to replace the missing value with the help of, so this is my data, this is my column name, right? This is the, you can see missing values. So what I will do is I will try to find out the mean of this is the mean, and I will replace the missing value in this particular column. I'll just show you one command, and other command I'll directly go and copy paste here so that at least you will understand how am I getting this. Okay. So you see everyone, we have a method called as fill NA, and fill NA with what? Fill NA with the average value. Why am I doing with average value everyone? See, I should have checked out for outliers. I should have checked out for outliers everyone. See, how can I check out for outliers everyone? I think you know box plot, right? Box plot. One example I'll show it to you. See this. So everyone see SNS dot box plot is a method everyone which will show me whether there are outliers in my data or not. So I want to check out whether there are outliers in this particular column or not. Okay. So you see everyone, there is one outlier value. There is one outlier value. See, I think you understand this dot, right? Marker. And here also at least, yes, one or two missing outliers are there. But anyway, one or two outliers, fine, that is fine. If you want to remove that, how to remove it anyone? If you want to remove that, how to remove all of you can remove it by finding out the quartile of this data. Okay, finding out the quartile. Let's say if I want to remove top 2%, top 3%. So what I will do is, let's say I want to remove top 2% of data. So I will find out 98 percentile of my data. How to find out percentile or quartile everyone, right? You see this, something like this I'll be doing. I'll just check this example. Okay. And again, there's a method called as quantile. Okay. I hope everyone understands quantile, right? Percentile divides your data into 100 equal parts. Quartile divides your data into 4 equal parts, right? So you see everyone, let's say what I will do is I will find out 98 percentile. And what is the 98 percentile value I am getting for temperature column? 102. So what I will do is I will try to eliminate the values which are greater than 102. That means I am removing top 2% of data. But anyway, there are no much outlier values there. That's why I will not take care about it. Okay. Otherwise, we can go and we can handle outliers first, and then we'll go and we'll try to replace the missing values. Okay. So if I go and if I try to replace the missing values like this, anyone, it will run. It has replaced the missing values. You see, there are no missing values now. Earlier, I was able to see the missing values when I try to check out this particular data. Everyone, I was getting some missing values here in the temperature column. Okay. But now see, there are no missing values here. There are no missing values here. But is it done permanently? It's not done permanently, everyone. So if you want to do some action permanently, you will have to use something called as in place. So in place is a argument variable which you can use. Now, do you really need to mug these things? Mug up everything? No. Simply go click on the method, do shift tab, and you will be getting the help. Whether you go with Google Colab, just go hover the cursor there and you'll be able to see the help. The only thing is you should be knowing about basic things, at least the basic things. Okay. Even I will tell you, right? If you any package you talk about, even for every package, there is always a help. Let's say you don't know pandas package. So what I can do even is, what I can do is simply go PYPIN pandas. You don't need to mug up anything. No need to worry about the programming as well. Simply do PYPI, simply do PYPI and then name of the package. Just go here, go to the official page, you will get how to install the package, you will get the latest version of the package, each and everything, everyone you will be getting. The only thing is that you should know few basic things which we have been learning since school days. Mean, mode, median, standard deviation, basics of probability, basics of derivatives, conditional probability, calculus, at least the basic idea, then the things will work everyone. Okay, so you see they have given everything. This is what I have been using everyone. Okay, that's why I've told you going and writing down code is not difficult, but obviously why one should know basics, because at least it should be, you should be able to understand, right, what is going on. That's why. And it does not depend even on tool as well. There are a lot of other tools as well even. It's not only Python. Okay, so you see all of you, what we have done is we replace the missing values in the temperature column. Now that is why everyone, if I go and if I try to do something like this, df dot is na or is null, and then if I go and if I try to do sum, now you will see that in temperature column missing values will be 0. You see again. Okay, we haven't done, we did not run it, right? I will run this, right? In place equal to true, and then I'll check out. Now temperature missing values are 0. You see, this is how we are going to handle the missing values. So what I will do here is, as we don't have much time. So what I will do is, I'll just try to, use this fill NA. I'll just try to use this fill NA directly for other columns as well. Okay, you see this. I'm sending it to you as well. Okay, you can check it out even in your case, and you see all of the same thing. Here I use mean, median, median. Why median? I've told you already. You can go, you can find out the outliers, if there are outliers or not, right? Now you see it is done. And now if I go and if I try to check missing values are there or not, you will see that every call. This is a warning, okay? Just ignore that warning. Just go here, just check it out. No missing values. So we handle missing values. Handling missing values is very easy. But why to do that? That is very, very important thing. Okay, so we done that part everyone. First part of the pre-processing everyone, right? We have handled the missing values, and now there are no missing values in our data. Now everyone see, I showed you box plot, right? One box plot I already showed you for temperature. But if you want to go and if you want to plot the box plots at once for all the columns where where you have some doubt that okay, this kind of columns might be having missing values, outliers. So you see it, I sent you the code. You just check it out, because how to get it I already showed you. See, exactly same thing I am doing it everyone. It is just that I'm just plotting the box plot at once. Okay, you see, right? So you see everyone, temperature, it is having few outlier values. Yes, vibration is having some outlier values. You see here, most of the outlier values are in vibration, and you don't have to even worry about pressure bar as well, because only 2 or 3 outlier values are there. That one can ignore, because we already have less data. We have only 600 number of records. Okay, and what is this rotation? Even rotation is nothing but this how you want to adjust this particular name. See, this on the x-axis. If I go and if I do rotation as, let's say, maybe let's say 10, you will see the difference. Okay, you see that angle, how you basically want those values. That's the only thing. Other things I think you understand everyone. We simply plotted the box plot, ticks are there, title and show. Okay, so this is box plot. This box plot is basically showing us which columns basically are having the outlier values. Now what is the insight from these graphs even? Outliers may indicate that there might be a bearing damage. The bearings, the instruments which are used, okay, in that particular organization, maybe, or those instruments they are using, there might be a damage. That might be the reason for outliers. Possible. Bearing damage. There might be a misalignment. See, specifically talking about mechanical domain, there might be some misalignment. Possible. That might be the reason for outliers. Or everyone, there might be some loose foundation. That also might be the reason. So accordingly, you can go and you can inform the concerned team. Do not blindly remove outliers. That is why I did not do that. I've told you the way how to remove the outliers. But why? Why we haven't removed it even? I'm telling you the reasons. Don't remove it blindly. Okay. Now, feature engineering in terms of I can say mechanical intelligence even. So you know, right? Stress index can be calculated with some formula, right? Maybe let's say I have temperature and then multiplied by something like vibration. So I will see what I have done is I have written a simple formula everyone just to calculate another feature. This is simple example. In feature engineering, everyone, we even generate new features as well as and when needed. Okay, as and when needed. So I'll directly write down this here, everyone. See the formula which I had stress index in our data frame. We are adding a column called as stress index and is equal to was temperature value into vibration divided by RPM. The formula, just a formula, everyone. Okay, so you can also check it out in your case. So what will happen because of this, all of you, there will be a new column, new feature called as stress index added. You want to see the column names, everyone? You might be knowing, right? You just go here to columns and you will be able to see this particular column is added, right? Data frame name dot columns will show you all the column names, right? This is how it is going to work here. Okay, this is how it is going to work. Fine. I hope I am audible to everyone, right? I think Sai Prasad sir, you texted me no voice. I think I am audible everyone, right? I hope so. I'm audible to all of you. Fine. So yes, thank you. Fine. So see everyone now, we added one new column. That's also an example of feature engineering. It happens. Now everyone, let's say I want to do some mechanical power approximation. So what I will do is I will try to add a new column called as mechanical power and which will give me a value with the help of torque, multiplication of torque and RPM. So yes, we can go and we can do that kind of a stuff very well. See, I'm going to add this particular column as well. You also please check it out. Really. Okay, you see this, right? Right? So if you try to check out the columns even, or if you just go check out first two records or just the column names as well, you'll be able to see those columns also are added. See, stress index is also added and mechanical power is also added. So obviously the formula you are already might be aware about it even, but I got an example and that's why I'm just trying to continue with that so that you should be able to relate instead of going with some other example with some other domain. I preferred that. Okay, fine. I should go with this kind of an example even. Okay. Now, next thing what happens in feature engineering, everyone, is we try to encode the data. We try to go and we try to do encoding of the data. Now, what is the meaning of encoding, everyone? See, encoding is nothing but we try to convert the data into numbers. Now, why do we do that, all of you? First thing, everyone, I think in previous sessions as well, you must have come across something called as heat map. So if I want to go and if I want to plot a graph or the plot, if I want to go and if I want to plot a graph or the plot like heat map, everyone, the basic requirement for heat map is that everything should always be in numeric format. Heat map you might be knowing, right? Heat map makes use of a method called as data frame name dot CORR, correlation. And what is this correlation, everyone? Very famous correlation you might be knowing in mathematics. That is called as Pearson's correlation. Or even there are others as well like Kendall and all that stuff. That's also there. But the basic requirement for this one even is that your data should always be encoded. It should be numbers. And the most important point even, as machine learning is also a topic of this FDP, the basic requirement for any machine learning algorithm is that your entire data should always be in numeric format. Second thing is your data should be standardized. What is the meaning of standardization? That means the difference between the values in the column should be very, very less. And then even third thing, I told you already, your data should be normalized. What is the meaning of normalization, even? I've told you, right? Normalization means when you try to see the distribution of the distribution of the data will be like this. We call it as bell-shaped curve or symmetrical data. Symmetrical data means what? It means if I go and if I try to divide this particular data into two parts, those two parts will be exactly equal. Not something like skewed distribution. Okay, not like this or even not like this. This is skewed. We don't want this. We want this. Or you might be knowing standard normal distribution, mu equal to 0, standard deviation equal to 1. So again, these are the basic requirements. And for this even, that is why what we'll be doing is, we will be going and we will be converting all our data into numbers. So there are a lot of different encoding techniques available even. A very basic encoding technique everyone is called as one hot encoding. The similar example of that I'll be showing it to you. Okay. Then there is something called as label encoding. Label encoding, one hot encoding, you can use it for categorical data. Okay. Label encoding is like, let's say if you have label data, if you have categorical data, let's say diabetic, non-diabetic, then you can directly assign 0, 1, 1, 0, whatever. Okay. Label encoding is there. And other than this, even there are other methods as well. Like there is something called as factorization method also is there. If you have a lot of categories in your data, that's also is possible. But why it is necessary, everyone? Because that's a basic requirement of any machine learning algorithm. Why it's a basic requirement of any machine learning algorithm, everyone? Because all the machine learning algorithms are present in sklearn package. And the basic requirement of sklearn or scikit-learn package is that everything should be numbers. That is the reason why we need to convert everything into encoding format. Okay, one of the very important reasons. There might be other reasons as well depending on the situation. So what I'll be doing is I'll be showing you how to convert your data into numbers wherever there are categorical values. Okay, so you see, everyone, wherever there are categorical values, it will directly convert it into numbers. Let's say if I have something like let's say if you talk about car type Audi, BMW, Nano, so you will have, everyone, you will have uh, let's say first person is having Nano. In the Nano column you will have one. Let me show it to everyone how it is going to work. So similar to one hot encoding, everyone see pandas dot, there's a method called as get underscore dummies. Now if I go and if I do it for our data, so you see, all of you, if you those who already had a look at the data, everyone, now you see, everyone, you see what it has done in my case. What it has done in my case, everyone, whatever the categorical columns were there, it has converted those columns into something like true and false. If you check out, everyone, I was having the feature still mechanical power, right? Mechanical power, this was the last feature. Mechanical power was the last feature. If you check out the data, if you look at the data, you can see, right? But now if you look at this, whatever I've got, now I have 612 columns. Earlier, how many columns I was having, everyone? Earlier, how many columns? Few of them only. Few of them only. But now you see, when I try to use something called as dummies. So what basically it does is, whenever there are categories given, it is going to divide your data into true, false, or 1 and 0. That's what we are doing. Okay. So in short, something like this, everyone. See, it's like encoding. It's one of the encoding methods, everyone. Let's say there is an employee. Okay. So let's say employee E1, employee E2, employee E3, and so on. And they are having different cars. So let's say employee E1 is having Audi. Okay. Employee E2 is having, let's say, BMW, and employee E3 is also having Audi. Now, how to convert this kind of a data into numbers, even with the help of get underscore dummies? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So this data can be converted into numericals, numbers like this. See, instead of this column, what we will be getting is, we will be getting three new columns, even, for because there are three categories in this column: Audi, BMW, and or two columns, or even Nano is also there. Let's say Nano. This person is having Nano. So everyone, first person employee even is having what? Audi. So here it will be 1, remaining will be 0. Second person is having BMW. So it will be 1, remaining will be 0. And this person is again having Audi, 0. This person is having Nano. So this will be 1 and 0. And then what we do in that case is we remove any one of these columns. Let's say first column will remove, because if these two are 0, BMW and Nano are 0, that means definitely he will be having Audi. This is the technique, everyone, we use for converting the data into encoded format. Okay. Or even label encoding is very easy. Even label encoding is directly mapped, let's say Audi to 1 and BMW to 0 if there are two categories. So depending on type of data you have, you can use different techniques, but I am telling you the names of the methods. Label encoding is there, and as I've told you, one hot encoding is also there, factorization is also there, pandas.get underscore dummies is also there. Okay, so what I'll be doing here is I'll directly show you how I'm going to make use of that dummy get underscore dummies method here, and I'll show you my data. You see, pandas or get underscore dummies. Why am I dropping first one, even? Because that's not required. Just now I've told you. And now if you have a look at the encoded data, everyone, you will see encoded data will have these many number of columns. Okay. So as I have looked at head, that's a 5 rows I am getting. So in short, what you can understand is I converted my entire data into numbers. Okay, I converted my entire data into numbers. Okay, and then even standardization I have told you already. In short, see, you can check out this particular code even if I sent it to you. Standardization, I've told you, right? It is just going to make sure that all your data should be at the same level. So you see, I'm calling this particular method. Why am I able to use it even? Because I already imported it from sklearn, and then even I'm creating an object of that and I'm doing fit transform. I'm just trying to standardize my data. For which column? For which column? All the columns except failure column, because failure is like my label, target variable, response variable, explain variable, depend variable, or output variable. Okay. So if I try to run it even, you will see that I will be getting the new data, and that data is basically the scaled data, everyone. So same data, if I check, I'll be able to see this in the array format. It's a 2D array. It's a NumPy array. That's why we use NumPy. That is the reason why I have told you everyone at the start. Okay. Then if I want to go and if I want to check out whether my data is biased or not. So visualization, let's say you see simple visualization even with the help of count plot. So you see the data is too much bias. I am having very less number of records for failure and a lot of records for success or not failure. You see. So obviously we'll have to handle these kind of problems as well. So again, there are techniques, and I have already shown you something called as outliers. If you want to check it, you see, again you can go and you can check out this. But what are we doing here now? We are just trying to check out with failure and vibration even from my entire data. So if you see, failure is here, vibration here, and according to that, so how many outlier values for 0 and how many outlier values in case of 1? So you can actually have a box plot in this way as well. I think box plot you people are already aware about it. Okay, this is just to find out outliers in your data. Okay, and then I already have some examples even for other visualizations. I think you are already aware about it. Scatter plot and all that stuff, right? Scatter plot, you see, it's always between numerical columns. So RPM and temperature, you can see. And if you check out, this is what I have, everyone. Blue means 0 and orange means 1. 1 means failure and 0 means not a failure. So you can see we have very less number of cases for failure, right? So somewhat biased kind of a data, everyone, it is. Okay. And other plots, as I've told you, distribution also you can have for distribution plot, or histogram also you can have. So that's also I have plotted even. This particular curve is called as what? KDE, kernel density estimation. It will tell you about the about your data, that where your data is more dense. So in our case, even if you talk about stress index, so which kind of values are more in our case? So if you check out this height, so most of the values are between 0.1 to 0. Let's say 25. Interpretation is very, very important. All of you try to understand. Okay, I'll just put this file on the drive, everyone. You can also have a look at that particular file. So you see here, I'm just sending this particular file on the drive, whatever the file I'm using here, IPYNB file. Okay, just check it out with the name FDP. Okay, so you see, everyone, we are able to get an idea. And here, everyone, there's a right tail. There's a right tail because maybe there might be outliers in this case. So what I can do is I can try to remove the outliers because I do not need this kind of a data for model creation. That's why I will go and I will try to remove the outliers. Here itself, I'm able to understand, right? My data is somewhat normalized, but not 100% normalized. And yeah, obviously, we never get 100% normalized data, everyone. But at least near to that, we should always get, so that our model should not be a biased model. Okay, that means it should not just go and just try to favor specific input features only. Okay, and then again, what I'll be doing is whatever the encoded data we have. Okay, whatever the encoded data, everyone, we have, I'm just trying to have a correlation. Pearson's correlation, I've told you, right? Pearson's correlation is always going to give a value between -1 to 1. If you just go here, do shift tab, and you'll be able to see, right? Everything it is going to give. And then what we can do is we can just try to show the same thing, everyone, with the help of heat map, right? Heat map. So it will just try to draw the boundary, and you will be able to understand, right, the correlation with the help of diagram as well. So have a look at that file which I have shared with you. It's there, everyone. Okay, you can check it out. You can just check this out from your end. I think heat map, in previous session I heard that someone was the previous speaker was talking about. So I think you already are aware about it. Okay, so you see, everyone, we are getting this, right? Heat map also. Then once we have got all this stuff, everyone, maybe I can go and I can check out some timestamp related information as well, right? That also can be the part in case of data pre-processing, feature engineering, everyone, right? So you see, I'm getting the time series data as well, right? It's a simple plot, everyone. It's a simple plot, right? Which we are able to see here. Plt.plot is the method which we have used in this case. Okay, fine. So if I want to show you everyone last point, because we are already at the end of the session, so I'll not take much of your time. See this, just 2 minutes. Mechanical concept, sensor noise. So outliers you can actually relate it to AI concept. Tool wear, feature column. Stress and load, engineered variables. And failure mode is our target, 0, 1. And operating range is basically visualization. Okay. What you people can do everyone is, it is also given in that file. You can change failure logic, add new physics based features, and you can compare with or without the scaling. Wrong processing is going to give you wrong insights. That is why processing should be very, very good. Okay. And maybe if someone is interested to go and to create the models based on this particular data, everyone, that also you can go and you can do. See here, in my case, I'll just try to show it to everyone. Here I already done all that stuff. Okay. If someone is interested to go, someone is interested to learn about machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, right? And some other tools as well, agentic AI, SQL, big data. You can have a lot of examples which I already created. Okay. One last thing, everyone, is what I want to show you is I want you to just go through these questions. Okay. I'll not take much time, just 5 minutes. Whatever we have discussed, very easy questions, everyone. Very easy questions. You just need to answer it. You just need to select the option. Most of the questions will be based on whatever we have discussed just now. Those who have listened me carefully, or maybe many of you might be already aware about the concepts, they will be able to answer it very, very easily. So everyone, what you do is, those who are there listening me, can you please scan this QR code? Whatever we have discussed, you will be able to see questions based on that. So can you please just join fast, everyone? So that I will also get an idea that, okay, fine, you people are able to understand my point. I know few basic things only we have discussed even, but fine. You can go, you can definitely explore. Okay. So can you join, all of you? Just scan this QR code and join. Okay, one person
Yeah,
I see.
participants, please scan the QR code.
And I would recommend that you give your real name. Okay. You give your real name. I think maybe near about 44, 45 people will be able to join. So those who will join faster, earlier, it's like first come, first serve. Okay. Then I will start with the quiz area. So you will see questions in general on data pre-processing, data cleaning, data transformation, feature engineering and visualization, and basics of machine learning. Okay. So yeah, I can see near about 19, okay, 20, more than 20 people have joined. I think 20, 22 more people can join. So yes, 27. 44 is the number even. 44 people can join. Okay. So others, those who are not able to join because of any reason, at least have a look at the questions. Questions are very easy, but definitely it will help you revise. Or maybe how to join. How to join? You need to scan this QR code. You need to scan the QR code which you are able to see on the screen. Someone is asking, right? You need to scan the QR code which you are able to see. Anil Kumar sir, yes. I don't have it, but I am giving you QR code. You need to scan it, sir. On the screen, you are able to see the QR code. Just scan it. Or otherwise, just go to www.kahoot.it and just type this game pin if it is asking you 1507822. Okay. And yes, everyone give your real names. I think fine. 8 more people can join. 7 people can join. How to join? I told you, scan the QR code in your mobile phone. In your mobile, through your mobile phone, scan this and you can join. Or from your laptop also you can join. From the laptop, you need to type this URL and then just enter the game pin. Okay, fine, everyone. I think we can start. Others, those who are not able to join because of any reason, no issues. At least have a look at the questions, okay? Because the ultimate purpose is what? Yes, yes, you can use Google Lens. Ganesh Patil, sir. Yes, yes. Fine. Anyway, I think everyone, I will start, okay? I'll start. I'll close this now. Anyway, two, three more people. Okay, okay, fine, fine. 41 people. 42. Fine. Anyway, everyone, I think I will start, okay? I'll start. No problem, Dr. Sunil Kumar sir. I think anyway, no issues. Have a look at the questions, okay, because it's already time. So yes, the first question, everyone, what is feature engineering? You will be able to see four options. Whatever the option you feel it is right, you select that color on your mobile phone. Everyone, fast. You have 30 seconds. I can see five people have answered, seven people have answered. Those who will answer faster, they will get more points. Let's see who will be the winner at the end. You have 20 seconds, Serion. You just need to select the color. Whatever the color you feel is right, you select that color. Okay, you have 10 seconds. 38 people have answered. Anyone remaining, you can answer. 40 people have answered. Fine. Okay, let's see how many of you have answered it right. So 16 out of all 40, 16 people have answered right. So feature engineering is nothing but what? The process of selecting, modifying, creating features to improve performance. If someone was not able to understand it earlier, try to understand. This is called as feature engineering. Process of selecting, modifying, creating features. That is what I tried to show you everyone. I created the features. Understand? I tried to improve the performance. The ultimate purpose is to improve the performance. Next question. Who has answered faster? Okay, these are the people. Kinjal, Ganesh, someone has given the name as Dada, Jyoti, Divyang Patel. Let's see next question. You have only 10 questions, everyone. It will not take much time. Which of the following techniques is not a method of feature engineering? Now, if someone is aware about basics of machine learning, they'll be able to answer it. You have 20 odd seconds remaining. So, which of the following techniques is not a method of feature engineering? PCA is nothing but what? Principal component analysis. Cross validation is nothing but what? Even we use in train and testing split in machine learning. So I'm just trying to relate, okay, machine learning and feature engineering. So 5 seconds we have, 4 seconds even, 3 seconds, two. Let's see how many. Okay, 19 people have answered right. Most of you are right as compared to earlier. Let's see who answered fast. Okay, the sequence is totally changed. Uh, First is MIT Patel, CP, Tota, Kedar Kulkarni, and Ganesh. Fine, that is good. Next, third question. True or false? Feature selection is only applicable to supervised learning tasks. I hope you know supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised reinforcement. Okay, everyone is aware about that. So, what do you think? Feature engineering is applicable to only supervised? If you say yes, click on true. Otherwise, click on false. Okay. So you have 10 seconds. Remaining people you can answer. I think four people are remaining. Okay, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and that will be done. So 50-50. Everyone see it is not necessary. Feature engineering can be for anything, everyone. Supervised, semi-supervised, supervised or even unsupervised as well. Yes. I hope you understand that, right? Fine. Okay. Next question, everyone. Fourth. What does one hot encoding do? I've told you already. Now, those who are listening me, they'll be able to answer. What does one hot encoding do? Or maybe some of you might be already aware about it. Okay, one hot encoding, one of the encoding technique. Just now we have seen, right? Few minutes before. What does it do? You just need to mark the answer. It transforms categorical variables into binary vectors or normalized data by subtracting mean. Transforms numerical variables into categorical data or what? What do you think, everyone? Okay. The faster you answer, more points you will get. Fine. 37 people, 38 people have answered. Just wait for a few minutes, everyone. Don't write down anything on the screen. Okay. Fine. So 5, 4, 2, fine. Done. Okay, fine. It simply transforms categorical variables into binary, everyone. I showed you, right? True, false. True, false is binary. Please remember one hot encoding. It's a very basic technique, everyone, in encoding, which we use in data cleaning, pre-processing, feature engineering, or even in machine learning as well. Which of the following is an example of feature extraction? Which of the following is an example of feature extraction? Obviously, for this, you should know basics of ML. Basics of ML. Okay. But still, try to answer everyone. Okay. Try to answer. Which of the following is an example of feature extraction? A scaling feature is an example. Okay. Selecting subset of features, creating new features, or applying PCA. PCA is nothing but principal component analysis. It is one of the dimensionality reduction techniques, everyone. Okay. So I hope those who are listening, they might be able to answer it right. Okay. Fine, it is done. 37 people answered. 12 of them they are right. Basics of machine learning. Okay. Next question. Let's see who is right. Okay, fine. Sixth question. What is the purpose of handling missing data in feature engineering? That is the first point, everyone, which I have told you. Okay, no problem, Devendra sir. No problem. You can continue looking at the questions at least. Connection problem, if it is there, fine. No issues. But at least have a look at this. Yes, what is the purpose of others can answer the answer your answer basically inside the chat box as well. Okay, if you haven't joined, but if you want to answer, okay, Mr. Praveen, do not write down on the screen. We can see you. Don't write down on the screen. Okay, just wait for a few minutes. We are almost done. Praveen sir. Okay, sir. Okay, Anil Kumar sir is saying C. Let's see what is the answer. Yes, sir. Exactly right. Okay, your answer is right. Let's see who answered faster here. Fine. Okay. Yes, Sai Prasad sir, right. Seven question, everyone. Only three questions remaining now. True or false? Feature engineering is a task that can only be performed after data pre-processing. Now, this you should be able to answer, everyone. Okay. You should be able to answer. True or false? Is it true or false? You can put your answer in the chat box as well. Okay. Anil Kumar sir is saying false. Dr. Mohit Pramod, true. Ashish sir, okay, fine. People have answered true, false, true, false. Fine. Okay. Okay, you have 5 seconds remaining, 4 seconds. If anyone is remaining, please mark your answer. Yes, it is false. It is false, even. It is not compulsory. Okay, try to understand. Let's see who answered faster. Okay, fine. I am able to see my name as well. What is the purpose of dimensionality reduction? What is the purpose of dimensionality reduction? I will tell you the example of dimensionality reduction technique is PCA. PCA is one of the very commonly used dimensionality reduction. If someone has at least knowledge about basics of machine learning, they must have come across PCA algorithm. Okay. Okay. Hiren sir is saying D, Bharat sir D. Okay. Most of you are saying D, right? Hitesh Kumar sir D, Dr. Mohit Prasad sir D, Praveen sir D. Okay. Fine. Let's see what is the answer. Sudarshan sir also D. Okay. Yes. Absolutely right, everyone. Most of you are right. Yes. Okay. Now, last but one question, even after this, only one question. When is it appropriate to use feature scaling? Feature scaling, everyone. Okay. So, standard scaler, I've told you. I hope those who listen me, at least they might be able to make it out. When it is appropriate to make use of feature scaling. So, Sandeep sir is saying C, Devendra sir C. Okay. Ashish sir C, Roshan sir C. Okay. Most of you are saying C. Fine. Okay, that is nothing but what? When data is highly skewed. Okay, let's see. Fine. The answer is both A and B. When features are measured in different units, when model uses, yeah, A is and B, both basically. Okay, and now last question, everyone. This is the status now. You can see everyone. And last question. Which of the following methods is commonly used for handling categorical features? This also I've told you everyone. Categorical features. Now I think I can expect that most of you should be right in this case. Label encoding, one-hot encoding, frequency encoding, or all of the above. Read the all options, everyone. Read the all options. Don't hurry. Okay. Atal sir is saying D, Gangaram sir D, D. Okay. Sandeep sir is saying D. Fine. DC sir D. Fine. You have 10 seconds. Anyone remaining? Just answer your, put your option as well. Fine. Okay. Now, yes. D is the answer. Let's see finally, everyone. Who are the people who answered faster and correct? Divang Patel, third. Adnan Sheikh, second. Let's see who is first. Kedar Gulkarni sir, congratulations. Fourth and fifth also is there. Someone known as Kota and PD. Others are also there. Don't worry. You are here. Okay. So fine, everyone. I think this is in short. I was able to give you a brief idea about this particular techniques, whatever the time you were having. Okay. So I think if you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, Parmeshwar sir, to over to you, sir. Okay. I think it's already time. Okay.
Yes, participant can ask questions.
Yes, please. If you have any questions, please ask.
Yes.
Yes, any questions? Okay. So thank you, Murumkar sir, for a wonderful presentation, and
Thank you, sir.
especially this particular quiz. And congratulations to all the winners, runner-ups. And it was an amazing session for layman like me, who is not knowing much about these technologies. But for mechanical engineering, it is really uh, knowledge oriented for beginners. And there are some people I can see that they were having a background of this past. But here for newcomers also, it was a very easy to understand. Thank you, Murumkar sir, for such a wonderful session. So with
Thank you.
your permission, we can conclude today's session. Thank you once again, Murumkar sir. Thank you, Atal. Thank you, ASAT, and thank you all participants. And wish you a very nice night at the end. And see you tomorrow at a regular time at 6 p.m. We'll share the link is already shared, so we can rejoice tomorrow for the next session. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yes,
Good
all the
night.
participants may leave the meeting now.